Well, in this topic, we will see few features of the Git. So we discussed what do you mean by the version control system. You are keeping versions of the different files. You maintain the different versions of one file. That's why this thing is called as VCS. Now, distributed architecture. What do you mean by distributed architecture? Every developer would be having one local copy of their code, and such local copies are available on each developer's machine. These local copies are having available on the each developer's machine, as well as they will maintain one central repository, and each developer will add data to the central repository. Well, the local copies of these developers may have different codes, but the central copy will be having the same code. That is what the distributed architecture is. And the repository is nothing but a central repository where all the developers will deposit their codes over here. All the developers will deposit code over here. That is nothing but what the repository is. Now, what do you mean by commits? Whenever developer makes some changes in the code and uploads it to the repository, this thing is called as commit. Take an example of the Facebook React. This is the official React page, and can you see here commits? 15,841 commits are there. And can you see this is a commit? Inside this commit, if you can see, some code has been, new code has been added. So the red means removed and the green means new code have been added. And can you see, you have a track of each and every file. You have a track of each and every file. If you just go back, commits, click on this commit, use of the common float types. Click over here and you will see float types are currently here. They have given the explanation why they have submitted this code to the repository, and here you can see everything. Commits, these are nothing but what? Commits. So whenever you upload the code to the Git, that point is called as commit. You need to give a message. Well, we are going to see everything practically. Then branches. A branches is a separate path. Now if you go to the React and can you see main, can you see 0.3 stable branch, 0.4 stable branch, all these are the branches. This is the main branch. So whenever you download the React code, you will download it from the main. But from this branch, there might be some different React only, which is similar to the main branch only, but some feature need to be added. So 0.3 stable might be having some different features. Now what will happen? You will think of the future and you will create the branch separately for it. And you might have the same code as the main branch or little different code from the main branch. But ultimately at the end of the day, you are going to merge all these branches to the main branch. Consider that you are a mobile application developer and you need to add some feature. So instead you to touch the main branch, what you will do? You will create a separate branch and you will start writing the code into the separate branch. So what will happen? The code inside main branch will remain intact. You will not touch that code. That's the purpose of the branching and the merging. So multiple branches would be getting merged. Multiple branches would be getting merged in one master branch, which is nothing but here in this case main branch. Okay, now remote repositories. Remember that Git is a software. What I'm saying? Git is an idea. Git is idea, and this Git has been implemented by different companies. Git has been implemented by different companies. I will name few companies over here. So one of the company that we would be using throughout this course, the solution of that company we will be using throughout the course, GitHub is the company. This we will use. So whatever I have shown you over here or here is the GitHub. Another solution, GitLab. You might have heard this, GitLab. Another solution we have, we call it as Bitbucket. Lot of others are there. AWS Code Commit, Bitbucket. So this is widely used by the developers and it is a free. There are the paid packages, paid services also in this, but whatever creation of the repositories, creation of the public and private repositories is free. Similar is a GitLab, but remember that all are following syntaxes of the Git. Do not forget the idea. What is Git? To solve the problem of the collaboration, few software developers came together and they decided to create one architecture. That architecture is called as Git. And from that architecture, some commercial companies came together and they said that we will host our services on the internet. GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, etc. etc. That is nothing but what the remote repositories. So you need to host the Git on some server, and these companies have freely hosted. You can use it. So push and pull. Whenever you upload the data on the Git, we call it as a push, and whenever you receive the data from the Git, we call it as a pull. It is a push and pull based system. So you push the data to the repository. Consider that front-end developer have pushed, then back-end developer will pull, DB developer will pull, security developer will pull. Push and pull system. Then staging area. Remember that you can decide what to upload to the Git and what not to upload to the Git. You can decide in which push or in which commit. You can consider like this. In this commit, I would be uploading only front-end related code, and I will not integrate the code. So you can keep that code in the staging area. We are going to see in detail the 3 areas of the Git. But remember that you can choose it, what to upload to Git, what not to upload to Git, by means of keeping the files in the staging area, tracking the files or tracked files. That is nothing but what the staging area is. Extensibility, you can use Git via command prompt, or you can use the Git from the editors. Well, there are some bots also. That is nothing but the extensibility. Right. Now, Git is the solution which helps you in integrating the codes. The solution which is built for the collaboration. That is nothing but what the Git is. If multiple developers will work together, it is not that easy to track who has done what job. With that mindset, a group of developers came together and they decided to make a proper system for this case, and that is nothing but the Git. In the next video, we will see how do we install the Git. I hope you have understood this session. Thank you. Features of the Git. Thank you.